And we're back in the yard. So we got no cool call. Condenser fan motor doesn't seem to be spinning. Compressor's running. So this is a Coleman fancy overcomplicated BS system. You can tell I don't like these. So I actually have been here before. They had a communicating thermostat. I ended up taking it out. The thermostat was just having way too many communication issues. Whoever installed this didn't run new wiring, so there's a wiring problem. Plus there's a splice, and you know, with communication you don't want to have any splices if you can avoid it. So and they weren't using the Wi-Fi, they didn't want to, so I was like, well, let's just downgrade you to a simple one. So but anyway, so we got a solid red, and I think it's 5 flashes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so that indicates high pressure, and that's pretty obvious because, you know, the fan wasn't running. So first things first, spins freely. That's a good sign. We're gonna go ahead and check the run cap. Hopefully this is an easy one. It'll just be the run cap, but let's see. So this is a 40/5, so the compressor side is good. All right, so we're checking the fan side. It's supposed to be 5. It's at 5.06, so that's not our problem. So this is a heat pump. So the next thing is whenever you have a heat pump, it's always good to bypass the defrost board because sometimes that relay could fail. So what we're gonna do is, if we look in here, you see where it says ODF, or yeah, ODF, that's outdoor fan. We're gonna remove that wire, okay? Now what we wanna do is we wanna see our line. So you see that yellow wire, it says line 1. We want to see where that goes, okay? So that goes into this side of the contactor. So we need to plug this black wire into that same side. Now it could be on either side, doesn't matter, but it has to be on this same leg. So in this case, it needs to be on line 1. If you put it in a line 2, it won't work. So I'm gonna find me a free spot and then get that hooked up. Then we'll restore power just to see if the fan still works or not. It's very important you do this when it comes to heat pump, because if you just change out the blower or you change out the fan and the problem's in that relay, the new one's not gonna work and you just did all that for nothing. So I'm gonna go, I need my second hand, so I'm gonna plug this in and then we'll power it up. I'm also gonna unplug this compressor just so it doesn't overheat, just in case, because I just wanna see if I can get the fan going. All right, so we got the amp clamp on there because we're gonna check the run amps if it works. Also, I have it set to inrush just to make sure, you know, see if it's pulling like 100 amps or whatnot. I don't know if you can see that, but I have it plugged in here, so it's plugged into T1. All right, and then we're gonna go ahead and restore power. We've unplugged our compressor. It's not touching anything, so let's go see what's up. All right, so fire in the hole. All right. So our fan works. So it looks like we might have an issue with the control board or the defrost board. So now what we want to do is we want to see if we have power going into it, which will be this yellow wire. Maybe the wire went bad. And then that ODF, we want to see if we're getting voltage. So let's get set up for that. Okay, so we have one there. So keep in mind that that's the yellow wire, so it's on line 1. So when we're checking for voltage, we need to go, that's line 1, and then we go to here, which is line 2. I have no voltage, so I should be getting 240 volts by checking this. So that means that relay is not closed. So, and then see if we do this, you can see there's still nothing. Got a little bit of bleedage, but nothing crazy. We'll try to ground, nothing. Yeah, so something's up with that relay. Another thing we can do is we can pull off this yellow wire and we can actually cut power and we can ohm it out. But I think it's normally open, so it has to be energized. Another thing we want to do is we want to make sure we're actually in cooling mode. So we're going to go ahead and make sure we have voltage going to our reversing valve. Yep, 28 volts. So it is in cooling mode. And this all goes into the board, so the board knows that it's asking for cooling. Now we still have that high pressure trip. So I'm gonna reset that board and then we'll go from there and see if maybe something's going on with that. Next thing too is there's an ambient sensor, which is this thing. We wanna make sure that's working right. Maybe it thinks that it's, I don't know, 20 degrees or something, so that would explain why the fan shuts off. So we need to verify that before we contemn the board. But this is actually a temporary fix, so the contactor will now control the condenser fan motor, so at least they have cooling for now until we can get a new board, if that's the case. So we're gonna check a few more things. Okay, so I'm checking line 1 to line 2 on the contactor, so I have power going to the board. So that relay is open. So now we gotta figure out why. We're gonna go ahead and try to clear this error code, make sure that that's not the case. So to do that, we need to remove 24 volt power to reset this. So we can unplug that, and that should reset our board. Alrighty, so I've cut the power to the control board, so the contactor should have opened, which means that our fan should have shut off because it is on the load side. So something's weird there. Let's see. This is our line side. We have 250. Our load side, we still have 250, so this is closed. Let's go ahead and open that up. Let me see if I'm getting 24 volts. Nope, no voltage. So it looks like our contactor might be stuck closed too. I'll check that out. Our contactor is completely fused. That's why we're not getting any voltage to the board, because it's locked out, or it was locked out. And I thought it was running because, you know. So, okay, cool. Well, see, there we go. So anyway, we're gonna go ahead and get that contactor changed out and go from there. So got that plugged in. Board is plugged in. It's fast flash. That means it's on a 5-minute delay. Contactor has been replaced. I don't even know what this wire does. It's not connected to anything. So yeah, so it's looking good. I think the board's probably fine. What was happening is, I think it wasn't receiving a call for cooling. Like, it probably satisfied, but since this got stuck, it kept the unit going. But since this wasn't receiving a call anymore, turned off the fan, because I think it's a normally open relay on there, so it actually closes when it receives a call for a compressor. And so basically the compressor kept running. It tripped to high pressure enough times to cause the board to lock out. But since this was still stuck, the compressor just kept going and probably kept overheating. So yeah, that's probably what happened. But because of that, when this locked out, it opened up the fan relay, so that's why the fan would never come back on. So yeah, so anyway, we'll be back once this delay is over with. And yeah, here's the old one. It's pretty bad. I was able to bump it and get it unstuck, but it's just like toast. All right, the delay is completed. Fan is running now, so we're gonna go ahead and put this panel back on, just make sure everything's good. So yeah, so anyway, hopefully this helps you out if you come across this situation. It turned out it was actually a bad contactor. I was thinking it's gonna be a bad board, but you know, sometimes we go down the wrong rabbit hole and then it leads to another one. So anyway, hopefully this helps. So thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, comment, tell me what a horrible technician I am. Hit that bell notification, follow me on Instagram and Facebook. Thanks for watching.